Morning, guys. It is time to do another workout. It's Sunday today. I'm ready to move. I don't remember the last time I moved, and it's just necessary.
At the push bowl, everyone's upstairs. Can I tell you so?
I had a lovely workout, and now I'm just putting some Olaplex into my hair because we're trying to salvage it. It's been a journey. I wanted to make a video about the mess and the crisis that is your 20s, or at least my own crisis. I mean, some people might be thriving and like not having any internal tornadoes going on. I don't know what that's like, because I am in a constant just confusion. I think is the best word. And like, judging from the people around me who are, you know, similar age, like 20s, especially early 20s. Like, I'm turning 24 in a few days, so I don't know what it's like later on. Hopefully better, not sure. But it seems like everyone is going through this, where like the world expects you to fully know yourself, to fully know what you're doing, because there's these like society milestones you need to hit. All the while, you don't actually know what you want, or very few people really know what they want. And it's just like a long quest, an up and down quest of figuring it out. And all the while, you're supposed to have it all together, and like everyone on social media seems to have it all together. Everyone seems to know what they're doing and what they want to do. And I know that's not true. Like, I'm in this business, I know how easy it is to portray a false image, but it's almost like expected from you from everywhere, not just social media. And I want to be transparent and like have an open conversation about it. It might seem on my social media that I know exactly what I'm doing and what I want, and like my life is so put together, when it's really not. And I don't want to like intentionally do that, you know. I have so much to say, so we're gonna get into it. Have a little group therapy session, because that's what we all need sometimes. Okay. Alrighty, let's make some matcha. I personally think your 20s are about gathering data, like going through trials and errors and just seeing what works for you, what's a good fit for you, because you don't know. Like, where are you supposed to know that from? Like, there's a difference between thinking that something's gonna work for you and thinking that something's gonna be a good fit and make you happy, and then it actually being that way. Like, so many things in your life are changing. First of all, maybe you just got out of a university and now you're supposed to, you know, figure out what to do with your life, and like you need to get into work, and that's a huge change because you've never done that before. Like, you've been in school your whole life. So many of your relationships are changing. Like, you might be experiencing a significant relationship for the first time in your life. You might be moving in together. You might have gone through your first breakup. Maybe you've moved out for the first time. You're realizing what trauma you have. Like, your friendships are changing. I know for me, there, you know, in the past like 2 years especially, so many of my relationships that I genuinely thought like, these are the people that are gonna be in my life forever. Like, we're gonna grow up together, we're gonna, you know, our kids are gonna be friends, you know, and like, they're not in my life anymore. Those are like hard changes to go through, and like, you don't know if it's a good fit. You don't know if this relationship is a good fit for you. You don't know if moving to the city is a good fit for you. This job, like, you don't have enough data to have that figured out yet. Like, that's what I think your 20s are for, like figuring it out. And there's gonna be a lot of quote unquote failures or things that didn't work. while we're on the topic of this, I wanted to talk about something that I don't know if many people go through, but I feel like it's something that I've really dealt with when it comes to figuring things out. So it might be worth mentioning, but I'm definitely a more creative person, you could say, maybe. Like I want to try so many different things and I'm interested in so many things, and I get very passionate about things quickly. So, you know, when I've wanted to try something, I went for it. And I've heard so many negative things about that trait of mine. Like I've been called indecisive, or like all over the place, or confused, or that I can't stick to anything, like stuff like that. And I've heard this on the good old YouTube world, where people have so many things to say. But I've also heard it in like my personal life from people that maybe had a different experience, where they were just born and they were like, I'm gonna be a mechanic and that's what I'm gonna do. Or people that maybe didn't get the chance to explore and they didn't like the fact that I did. And I've kind of took that on, like I took those labels on of like, oh, I'm indecisive, I can't stick to anything. And that's not true at all. Like I've stuck to so many things, but those are the things that worked for me. Like I've went through those trial and errors and I've realized that, you know, certain things are for me and I stuck with those. And I've realized that so many things weren't for me. And because of all those comments, I kind of put myself in almost this container of, okay, you're not allowed to move that much because, you know, people have so much to say and that's like annoying to deal with. And then it affects my self-esteem because I start believing it. And anytime I go through that sort of a pattern of people are saying negative things about it, so it must be true, it just reminds me, just own it. Be like, yes, that's how I am, thank you. What's your point? I want to see this quality of mine in a positive way, because it is positive, or it can be a very positive quality. We all have things that we're insecure about. We all have these things that we've maybe even been put down for in the past, or like criticized about, and we can really take that on as like, oh, this is like a really bad thing about myself, and be insecure about it, where it might be an amazing quality that's gonna help you in life. And so just kind of being a little scientist and seeing like, oh, how can I see this quality in a positive way can really, really help you. At least it's been really helpful for me. So I thought I would share that. I feel like not knowing things and figuring it out, and either realizing it's not for you or whatever, can feel like a big like setback, and it can be challenging and hard and confusing, and you then overthink it and it gets even worse. But I think it's also really nice, like the fact that we have the flexibility and the freedom to basically allow ourselves to do that, to try things, and there's not that much on the line. Obviously we all have our limitations. Maybe they're financial, maybe they're whatever, maybe it's your self-esteem holding you back, or the fear of failing, or, you know, we all have those things. It's not easy. But I think seeing the positive in it really helps, and like realizing I have, you know, I might be really confused in this area of my life and I have no idea what I want to do, and I feel like I'm like so far behind of everyone around me. Like all of my friends seem to have this figured out, and I'm just so confused. But I have all of these areas where I'm really happy, and I'm so grateful for where I live. I'm grateful for my relationship with my mom. I'm grateful, you know, whatever it is. It's important to acknowledge those things so we don't get into this like, I'm nailing myself on the cross and poor me, I'm a victim, because that takes away your power. Like you take away your own power and agency of your life. Alrighty, so I'm fully ready. I put on a cute little dress. I'm gonna go to the flea market and walk along the river, go to a cute cafe, really have like a lovely Sunday. I'm very excited. But I wanted to sort of wrap this video up and put a little bow on it because a lot of the times when I make these videos where I just kind of speak my mind, they're not planned, I don't have like a script or anything, it can feel like it's very messy and I kind of feel like I'm not making any sense. Or it's just all over the place. And I just want to make sure that the point that I was trying to make in this video is like communicated properly. So the point of this video, and something that I feel like I need to hear right now, and I know a lot of other people need to hear, is that it's okay, first of all, to not have it all figured out. It's normal. And the act of figuring it out can be a beautiful experience where you're trying something new. You're gathering those data points to see, you know, what's working for you and what's not. And with that, you get to know yourself. And the second point is to give ourselves the opportunity to try different things, to try new things, even if they don't work out, even if they're not a huge success. Like, I've never ever regretted taking a leap of faith and following whatever I like wanted to do, that where there was like a little bit of fear with it. I feel like that kind of fear for me tells me that I'm on the right track. My therapist calls it like the life force energy, you know, like following these little things that are like, oh, but this is scary because like, what if I'm not good enough, or what if I'm not this enough, or like, what if it doesn't work out? And that means that you care about it, and it's something that's potentially meaningful to you, and so just go for it. And I'm trying to like ram this into my own brain because it can be scary, I know, and there can be a lot of self-doubt, and trying anything at first, like it's gonna be uncomfortable for a little while, and you're probably gonna suck at it for a little while. And for me, as someone who's like a huge perfectionist and I'm really hard on myself, that's like hard for me to swallow. Like, I'm gonna suck at something for a long time. I'm gonna be thrown out of my comfort zone completely. But it's so worth it. Like, anytime I've done it in the past, it's been like the best decision ever. So I still don't know if this made any sense, but let me know if you want to see more of these videos. Like, there's so much to say about this topic, and there's so many areas of our lives that we kind of go through them and are confused. Like, I've gone through complete identity confusions many times in the past, or like relationship confusions, and I can talk about that. I will very happily talk about that, just to kind of show the reality. Like, I don't have it all figured out at all. I'm kind of a mess sometimes, and that's normal and okay. So let me know if you want to see those types of videos. Let me know if you have any ideas for like what I can call them. I want to have like a little series because I like putting things in little boxes. So let me know. But I'm wishing you a beautiful day, and I'll see you really soon.
Everyone's upstairs. Can I tell you so?